Testing. Sunny day here in Calder. Very excited. Hello and welcome to Calder Park for this round 3 fixture between Calder United taking on newly promoted side Brunswick Juventus. And hopefully it's going to be a good afternoon of football between these two sides. Both have a win to their name. It is currently Brunswick Juventus sitting in second position on the league table. Calder still just in 6th at the moment, but obviously very early in the league competition. Calder, a side that have so much history, so used to winning, so used to being such a dominant side, and feels like a new era for them. Maxwell Carso no longer with the club, neither is Helen Winterburn, but still a familiar group of players that were here last season. And for Brunswick Juventus, new to the top flight, it's been a while. It's fantastic to have them here, and they played some really great football early on this season. I can see that this afternoon as well. It should be a competitive match here in Calder. And I'll go through the starting lineups for both sides before we get underway. So Calder in goals, number 1, Chanel Camilleri, number 2, Emma Langley, number 3, Larissa Walsh, number 6, Akeisha Sandu, number 7, Akane Shimizu, number 8, Mami Ambo, number 12, Alyssa Key, number 13, Adeline Aiton, number 15, Mia Mason, number 19, Tampa Smith, and number 32, Kobe Wilbert. And for Brunswick Juve, in goals, number 1, Sienna Kadari, number 2, Isabella Sungus, number 3, Natalie Chia, number 8, Cindy Lay, number 9, Emily Keppins, number 10, Alyssa Smith, number 12, Natalie Grimmer, number 13, Sarah Denucci, number 15, Nicole Cooper, number 16, Rosie Wild, and number 23, Josie Lonsdale. When you look at that Brunswick Juve starting 11, a lot of players that were part of this squad that helped them get promoted. It's always fantastic to see having the same level of consistency, and those players that brought the team up are the same players that are going to try and help this team stay up in the competition, and not only stay up but continue to knock over those wins. But one of the new faces, Alyssa Smith, facing her former side, was with Calder United last season. It was a really good player for them, a really good acquisition for Brunswick, and I'm sure she'd like to make an impact against her former side. Looking at Calder, some really great players already. Akane Shimizu, 3 goals to her name. Top of the Golden Boot race at the moment, equal with Rossi from FV Emerging. Both sides have played FV Emerging, and it was Calder who faced them in round 1, and they Lost 4-2 in a really impressive performance by FV. Calder had their own moments, but they certainly weren't at their best. And Brunswick Juve played them last week and got a 1-1 draw. So we'll see if anything has to change. But we're not too far away from getting underway here in Keilor. And the new players for Calder. Keisha Sandhu was with South Melbourne last year, captained them to a victory. And it is Calder who get us going in this round 3 matchup. Out wide, Eki, Shimizu, to Eki, and that ball looks like it's gone out of play on the far side. Knocks forward by Alyssa Smith. Getting your first touch. Really sunny day here. Not as warm as it was in round 1, but still it's quite sunny, and hopefully everybody's got their sunscreen on. I certainly do. Walsh knocks it out of play. Gaining some ground here, Brunswick. On that far side, needs to be cleared out, and it will be a corner immediately for Brunswick here. So it's going to be tightly contested. Brunswick, a side that likes to play through the lines. Asking for just giving some instructions to the Calder goalkeeper, I believe. High ball spinning away from goal, headed away by a Sandhu. Sent back in, this time low. Now an effort, blocked away. It's Cooper's effort. And knocked forward there by Ambo, but there's a player down on the ground. Really strong collision. Not quite sure who it was. We're just going to take a moment. Really concerning early on in this game. And I think it is Akeisha Sandhu who's down on the ground receiving treatment. So just take a moment in this game, and obviously have to assess players' health is a #1 priority, and she has gotten up, which is a really good sign. But yeah, with Alicia Eki. But early on, there hasn't been too much time, only just under 3 minutes have gone in this contest so far, and Brunswick Juve have had the more of possession, if you can really say that. Had that corner, and that effort was blocked by Nicole Cooper. It's good to see that she's able to get up on her feet, but obviously is one thing being able to get up on your feet, and another thing being able to continue to play. So still wait to see if there will be a substitute. I think there is going to be. And I think it's going to be maybe the last we've seen of Akeisha Sandhu this afternoon, I feel. I think they may be preparing to bring on Jennifer Lum, but we'll see. This is going to continue to play for now. Grimmer. Forward for Chia. Back into the middle of the park. Wild. to Lonsdale. Now out wide again, and that ball's intercepted. But picked up immediately from Juve in the middle to Sungus. Continuing to run, a little bit of pinball. And need to be a little bit more composed, Calder. Dangerous pass. Straight out, and ball forced wide into the path of Tamsin Smith, who's just able to keep it in play. Back to Smith, who's continued her run, but that ball had gone out before she's able to make a play on it. Throw in by Natalie Grimmer. Back to Grimmer. Closely followed by Shimizu. Now into the box, but cleared away by Wilbert. Ball into the box, high. Far as Keppens, and high but dangerous ball into the box. Emily Keppens, formerly with FV emerging last year. Really promising young player. A good acquisition for this Brunswick Juve side. And Akeisha Sandhu has made her way back onto the field, so there won't be an early substitution forced for Calder. And it's one of those players you don't want to lose. Really good technically on the ball. Eki driving down forward now for Ambo. Run halted, but still able to find it through to Shimizu, who's able to cut it back across. Now finds Akeisha Sandhu all by herself on the far post. Now takes a strike, and that ball's bubbling around. Still there, and finally collected in the end by Sienna Gadari. Very dangerous sides. Back out to Sandhu. Smith sends it across, cleared away, but it will be coming back through Langley. Tried to play it through to Larissa Walsh, but it gone offside, so that was a positive bit of play for this Calder side. Shimizu just found herself in a little pocket of space, was able to turn, and then instead of taking a strike for herself, and it was really good to great sort of passing from this Calder side. High ball to Chia. Tried to feed it through to Emily Keppens now. Keppens now into the box, sends it across, and there at the back post was Nicole Cooper to slot it away. A really beautiful bit of play from Brunswick Juve. All started with the keeper, Sienna Gadari. Nice ball into the middle of the park. And then Natalie Chia, simple pass out wide to Emily Keppens, and then wasn't selfish, played it back across, and there was Nicole Cooper at the far post. Cool as you like. And that is Brunswick Juve with the early goal in this contest. And that's something that's been really impressive about their performances so far. It's their introduction into the NPL. It's so quick, so decisive in their movement. Now Calder down again like they were against FV Emerging. Need to try and make a comeback this time. Ball out wide. Shimizu not able to bring it down. And still not dealt with by Lonsdale. Into the middle of the box. Gadari sends it into the middle of the park. To Sungus. Sandhu able to intercept. And need to be more decisive here, Calder. This is a pitch that's grass is quite long, so it can get stuck. It's not the quickest pitch out there. Lay. Gonna play it back to Wild. Lonsdale. Fake down Shimizu. Now finds Lay in the middle of the park. Immediately chased down by Sandu. Forced that pressure, and now the ball in behind the defence. But it does look like Grimmer has the right positioning. A little bit. Falls out to the side of Eki. And that pass just slightly off target. So Brunswick Juve, one other opportunity to build. Ball out wide. Nicely done. Actually, Grimmer got options ahead. Playing it forward for Chia. And gone slightly early. You can see what they were trying to do, Brunswick Juve. Really, the link-up play has been really good to watch. Wild, closely followed by Ambo. Sandu came in to support, and Sandu thought the ball had gone out. Linesman disagrees. Late, playing it forward. Cooper, high ball. Having to wait for it was Adeline Aiton, and keeper Camilleri was well out of her goal. Cooper tried to feed it across. Locked. Smith. So Smith really trying to be a tear out to her former side. Now, ball into the box, but well out of play. Now, Eki. Ambo. Working their way inside. A Calder outlet pass available, and they can find Tamsin Smith, who's done well, sending that across, and a little bit too far and too close in the end to Sienna Gadari. Could see what the idea was, but just couldn't get enough curl on that ball. It'll be a free kick to Calder. To beat Army Ambo and Akeisha Sandu standing over it. Not too many people really lined up for Calder. A lot of people wide, unless they do plan on going for a shot on goal. And that's exactly what Ambo does. High ball, but always sailing over the crossbar. Was dipping, but just not far enough. Too far over the head of Smith, but she ends up getting it in the aftermath. Smith to Cooper, pinched away but not cleanly, so Smith tries to send it out wide to Chia, but still bouncing, needs to be watched. Not decisive at all here, Calder, and now Akeisha Sandu might just be through. Good chasing back from Natalie Grimmer and getting back in a good defensive position. That is, I'm talking about that pitch, the ball will hold up even when you think, and that's a strong collision. Another collision by Tamsin Smith, and not quite sure who the Brunswick Juve player is at the moment, but had a few players down at in the early stages of this game, and Tams and Smith is all good, just all fine. Sandu just going to call for Calder to have a discussion early in this game. They have felt like they've been under a lot of pressure every time they've got the ball into the park. Real opportunities attacking-wise have all come from the counter, and it does feel like Brunswick UVA are dictating a lot of the play, but it is still a very back-and-forth sort of game. There's only 1-0 difference at the point, and it is Natalie Grimmer down on the ground, but she's now up, so that's really positive to see. So interesting about Calder is that when you look back throughout their history, they've been a really great defensive side. That's something that's always been a hallmark of their game. They rarely concede in the past, but it's been a little bit different, and their game's become a little bit more transitional. So, referee has actually awarded a free kick for Calder. Sandu with the delivery. High ball across. They're headed away. Hayson. Out wide to Wilbert. And I was able to control that pass for Akane Shimizu. Down the line by Grimmer. Cooper playing it forward for Lay. Back to Cooper. And Chanel Camilleri, an experienced keeper, just trying to reorganise this side. Box Hill last season. And Nicole Cooper's just managed to find a pocket of space, not being mentioned a few times, just not attacking the ball Calder, just allowing, kind of waiting and watching, and just giving a little bit too much time for Brunswick UVA to get the ball and then make their own decisions about how the game's going to be played. Smith immediately challenged by Walsh. Goal kick. See if Calder can allow themselves some time just to build up a really nice passage of play. Shimizu. And immediately Brunswick UVA win the ball back. That pressing ability. Looked like there may have been an advantage on, but the referee's going to call it back. But I think the Brunswick UVA bench called for it. I don't particularly understand why. They definitely looked like they had the advantage, but we move. So it's going to be a free kick on that far side. Cindy Lay and Isabel Sungus. It looks like Sungus is going to be the one to deliver the ball into the box. Setting up really far and expect some late movement. High ball from Sungus. And Camilleri slightly overran it, but I think her momentum ended up helping that ball stop. Shimizu. Now the long ball forward. Try to find the run of Ambo, but Calder able to win it back. Got Sandhu out wide here, Larissa Walsh. Feeds it through, really nicely done. Ambo gets a touch to it, but keeper was quick to the ground. So that was nicely done by Calder, but every time that Shanna Gadara has been required, she's been quick to make a decision. Lay. Out wide. They go through Danucci. Cooper. Couldn't find the run of Keppins. If you can hear Keisha Sanders just letting the defenders know there's no pressure, just take your time to build. So that ball finds Ambo. Now back to Eki. Continuing her run forward, playing it forward for Larissa Walsh. That ball's just trailed out of play. Really hugging the sides, not playing centrally all that often. Calder when they do get a chance to build. Sandhu back out wide to Ambo. Immediately collected by Lonsdale. Long ball forward, sent straight back. Bit of him ball, and now it looks like Emily Keppins had just found a little pocket of space, but read well in the end by Mia Hayson. "22 minutes into this contest. It is currently Brunswick UVA with a 1-goal lead. Courtesy of a really beautiful passage of play. If you haven't seen it at half-time, I would recommend going to have a look at it, because it was just felt like 4 really quick passes and they were in the back of the net. Sungus. Smith. Turning away was Alyssa Smith, but that ball straight at the Calder feet. Shimizu. Ambo. Can they move quickly? Nice ball over the top for Ahisha Sandhu to run onto. Got Larissa Walsh making a run in the middle. Still Sandhu. And just knocked about enough, but Sandhu able to win it back quickly. Sandhu certainly was fouled. Really nice footwork from Ahisha Sandhu. That's the experience. Wins Calder a penalty. It was nicely done, clear as day. Did well to win the ball back after initially losing it, but then that movement inside-outside just forced the foul. And it's an easy call for the ref. And it's going to be Sandhu to take it from the spot. Last season, scored a fantastic goal in the NPL Women's Grand Final. Olympico from Ahisha Sandhu. So she's very familiar with the art of scoring, even the difficult ones, but now feels like it sometimes can be the easiest, but can be also the most difficult. Scoring from the penalty spot. Sandhu able to slot it away and gets her side back to level footing in this game. That play was really set up by her. That hard work to continue with the play, and it feels like maybe Brunswick UVA are unfortunate to be back level in this contest. They've had the better of the chances, but for Calder, they've been persistent, made their own luck, and they're back 1-1 in this contest. So now, can Brunswick UVA respond? Late. That ball's back All the way back to Wild. Picked up by Walsh. Gets a knock to it, but it will go out of play and it'll stay with Brunswick Juve. And too much on a rebound from Mia Hayson, so it'll stay with Juve. Grimmer. Keppins not able to get a touch on it. Ambo. Walsh. Ambo still asking for the ball, and that's too much on that pass. Don't know why they played the ball at me. I don't have the athletic prowess to get the ball. Smith. Poor touch from Wilbert. Cooper into the path of Lay. Ball wide now for Langley. And one back, Smith. Nicely done, Alyssa Smith. And movement. Grimmer down the line for Cooper, closely followed by Smith. Also run. Still Cooper sends it back into the box, and Camilleri bobbled it slightly, but able to get on the rebound. Eki. Sandus on that side now. Back across, through for Ambo. Quick off her line was Gadari. So I mean, with that ball, it wasn't quick off the ground. So if you do get it weighted correctly, you can really find the run of a teammate. It just sits up nicely. Ambo. Slipping it through for Sandu, but just going to be shielded out. Wild to Lonsdale. Into Alyssa Smith. Just tried to switch it out wide. The crowd had immediately, Calder really certainly intensified their press in the last few minutes. Making it a little bit trickier for Juve to get out. Does fall to Cooper. Nice head forward. Cooper out onto this far side. Cooper able to retain possession. Back into the middle. Keppins. Late, long range effort, blocked away by Eki. And cool as you like. So now Camilleri able to collect. Very vocal goalkeeper. So now Camilleri, that's what you need. And pretty young side. Smith. Aiton. Cross to Eki. Feeding it through for Ambo, but that ball just came off her back heel and then straight into her back. So Smith playing it forward for Keppins, asking a lot of her. Camilleri quick out of the box and just going to send it out of play and allow her defence some time to regroup. But now it finally does go out of play and it will stay with Calder. Sandu. Closely followed by Sungus and was fouled in the process. Aiton. Eki. Into the middle of the park, but nicely defended. It's a tricky ball, and Cooper's come away with the long-range effort. And good save and good reaction from Camilleri. It's those high balls just sitting there waiting. Time really feels like it moves really slowly, and Nicole Cooper almost punished that Calder defence. Shimizu, haven't seen too much of her in this contest. Hayson, Smith now. Got some time, going to send it down the line, and there is Larissa Walsh, quick to go. Got Shimizu in the middle, sends it across. Sandu at the far post, still Sandu. Shimizu gets an effort on it. But quickly to the ground, once again, Sienna Gadari. She's been asked to do that a few times in this contest. It's that quick movement from Calder, and equally matched by the defensive work rate. It's a tale of this first half. The first half of the first half was really dominated by Brunswick Juve, dictated how the play was going, but as of late, Calder have certainly been building, looking a little bit more confident, trusting their press a little bit more, and actually it's been more effective. So that ball's played across into a world of space, but there's no Calder play close enough in the vicinity to really utilise that pass. Wild, forced to go back to Gadari, but that's found Walsh, who'd occupied a nice patch of space. Smith just going to play it forward, ask Keppins to do a lot of work, but Camilleri quick off the line. Knocked forward by Langley. Won't stay for Sandu, and Lonsdale needs to deal with it, and it hasn't gone out of play just yet, and finally does, but it will be Calder who retain possession. Ambo just slightly overran it. And that pass too far behind. Smith. Walsh. Heavy touch. Knocks it forward. Won't go out of play. And it finally is cleared by Gadari. Tamsin Smith has been really good in this last 10-15 minutes, teaming up with Larissa Walsh. And no reward in this attacking phase for Calder, so it'll be a goal kick for Juve. Lonsdale. It's the path of Keppins, but blocked away. Langley. Ambo. Shimizu. Has to stop. Sends it wide for Smith. Does get across in a beautiful ball, but just a little bit too much on it. Hit really nicely, but wasn't the delivery the team required. Wild. Deceiving pass, able to find Cooper. Ball sprayed out wide to Chia. Back to Cooper. Closely followed by Wilbert. Smith. Alyssa Smith, that is. Out wide to Cooper. Continued her run. Sends that cross in. Keppins got a boot to it. But high over the crossbar. Oh, so close to restoring their lead. Juve, really, Nicole Cooper got to be rewarded and applauded for that effort. Started in the middle of the park and then continued her run out wide. And Emily Keppins, very close, just getting a goal. Her first of the season, she's still looking for Eki. Pass too far behind Ambo. But Eki won that back nicely. Now does find Ambo with a second effort. Not able to get past Lonsdale. Still Lonsdale with a little bit of trouble. Finally gets a touch to it and sends it away. Smith. What can she do? Gets a few more meters. But it's going to come back through Adeline Ayton. A little bit. Just slightly gets past Smith. Slips it through, but a good defensive hustle from Grimmer. Into the middle they go. Lay out wide to Chia. Closely followed by Hayson. Chia able to get past Hayson. Does get a cross in, but that cross wasn't the contact on Mashimi she initially had imagined in her mind. Ambo. That ball, beautiful ball out wide for Walsh. Got Sandu still continuing her run in the middle, and that pass needed to be a lot quicker and a little bit further forward probably for Keisha Sandu to really capitalise, but cleared away by Rosie Wild. But I think it will be a corner for Calder. Played short to Amber. High ball into the box, and the far post was Walsh. Couldn't head it back on target. Marissa Walsh, really impressive in this first half of football. Once again, a switch sides with Keisha Sandu, not allowing the defence to settle with what the defensive matchups are going to be. Hayson. Amber, beautiful turn, but that pass perfectly intercepted by Lonsdale. And that pass, don't exactly know who it was from Langley. Chia. Wild. Lonsdale. Smith, immediately closed out by Shimizu, but able to get the pass. Goes straight down the line. So, can Nicole Cooper, she's done all game, create something, does win the ball back into the middle, goes, cleared away by Hayson, but only as far as Cooper. Deflected, back into the path of Calder. Wild, Smith. And Cooper hadn't made the run. Shimizu. Langley. Back to Shimizu. Sending it forward, asking Walsh to use her speed. And Kadari clears it as far as she possibly can. Langley. Shimizu. Out wide it goes to Smith. Sandu holding her run. Now does into the path of Sandu. But a good defensive work from Rosie Wild. Ambo. Throw did look certainly like a foul, and that ball's across. Kadari gets a punch to it just in time before Walsh is at the far post. Walsh is hungry for the ball, but not able to win it off Chia. Lonsdale. One by Cooper. Smith. Nicely done. That spin away, but that pass couldn't find the feet of Cooper. Walsh, Eki, and too strong with the pass. So, just under 5 minutes left. Normal time in this first 45 minutes. See how much additional time we'll see. Did have a few people down. That long stoppage for Akeisha Sandu. Had another one also for Natalie Grimmer. So you'd imagine a few minutes, but Cooper, really quick burst of pace. But that ball was just got a slight touch, was Adeline Ayton to force her a little bit wide, and a cheeky nutmeg there from Cooper. A second one, back into the middle of the box. Cooper, second effort, and it's just gone past a few of her teammates. Shimizu down the line to Ambo. Smith, Shimizu. Back to Ambo. Took a deflection, will find Shimizu. Sandu able to keep it in play, but not for long. Went immediately out. Rolled back out. Shia. Grimmer. Wild. A little bit of pressure there was Lonsdale. Not cleared away. Finally finds Smith. Danucci. Blocked by Langley. Wilbert. Eki. Slip through for Walsh. Shimizu, nicely done. Slipping it through once again, Shimizu, but too heavy with the pass. Smith. Gotta say, this Calder defence is very, very tall. Very imposing set of players. And also quite quick. Good defence. You'd expect once they start having more time together, they'd be a lot more confident in their play. Langley. Hayson. Camilleri. Ayton. Shimizu found a little pocket of space. She's able to turn and go. Out wide to Eki. Walsh, closely followed by Danucci. Cutting inside. Got the cross away, but it was quickly deflected by Lonsdale. Sent forward by Lay. Ayton able to reset for this Calder defence. Smith. Sandu. Wilbert. Looking for an outlet, and Sandu able to save it. And put themselves under a lot of pressure here, this Calder side. Smith with a long-range effort, and maybe if she had her time again, she would just go for a simpler option, because they certainly had that Calder defence under a lot of pressure. They put themselves under that pressure, to be completely honest. Ball forward. Shimizu certainly looked like was getting pushed and pulled. Referee disagrees. One back a little bit. Hasten. Aiton now. Wilbert. And only a few minutes out of time. Able to turn away is Langley. Walsh had gone a little bit too early. And it's 4 minutes added on. Smith got a touch to it. High looping ball. Into it for Smith, but not the cleanest header she's ever done in her life. Brimmer down the line for Cooper. Slips away from her and Aiton. Hasten under pressure from Smith and able to regroup. Eki. Amber holding her run. Coming a little shorter. Walsh sends it back into the middle of the park. The one back by Juve. Wild. Able to turn away was Lay. Now Smith. And just going to chase, but Eki had the right angle. Walsh. Cooper. Not able to get away, but finally does. Cooper sending it back into the box. Slips across and took a deflection. And Camilleri chasing it down. Just going to send it down the line for Sandu, who's able to hold off. Really nicely done by Keisha Sandu. Got space up ahead, but she's just going to send the ball long for Ambo to run onto. But blocked away by Wild. Able to keep it in play. Into the middle of the park for Lay. Tried to slip through Cooper, and quick off a line was Camilleri. Got the ball and nicely done, but needs to get back in her goal. Smith sends it back into the park. Keppins to the far post. And not able to get a clean contact onto it. Grimmer. Keppins, and Grimmer had fallen off the ball, and it is the end of the first half here at Keilor Park. Entertaining first half of football. It was Brunswick Juve who broke the deadlock first, courtesy of a really nice goal from Nicole Cooper, but really it just took like 4 passes for them to get up the field, and that was nicely done. And then Keisha Sandu won her side a penalty and then slotted away to make it 1-1. But a good half of football, and there's more to play in the second half, so we'll be back after this halftime break. And we are back here for the second half between Calder United playing Brunswick Juventus. Both sides trying to get their second win of the season. It was a lively first 45 minutes of football. We'd have to say Brunswick Juve probably started the better of the two sides, dictating the play. And then in the second portion of it, Calder really stepped up, elevated their game, and really consistent, and got themselves back to level footing in this contest, courtesy of an Akisha Sandu penalty. But it is still all hanging in the balance this second half, 1-1. It's also 1-1. The game going on at the home of the Matildas. FV Emerging scored the first, and then a beautiful strike by Olivia Bomford to level the game. Make it 1-1. So, really interesting season so far as we see substitution. So, looks like Jennifer Lum has made her way onto the park. I'll see. I'll double check to see who it is. I do believe it is Jennifer Lum. I'll see who's made their way off. I believe it's Kobe Wilbert that's come off. Jennifer Lum has already scored a goal so far this season, so I know the impact she can have. And we are underway. Calder. Aiton. Out to Eki. Miss swing there by Langley. Grimmer with the throw in, looking for an option. Playing it to Keppins, who gets ahead to it. Aiton clearing it away. Now out to Walsh. Got Amber up ahead, and that pass was a little bit too short. Amber had to come back and collect. Lonsdale to Smith. Into the middle it goes. Sungus. Lay out wide. Danucci. Able to get past Danucci, and then strong collision there with Mia Hayson. Came out and read it quickly. Shimizu. And too strong. That pass going out to Alicia Eki. Sorry, Alicia, I believe. High ball from Lonsdale. Headed away. Sandu. Down the line, finds Amber. Needs to get past Wild. Still Amber, and sliding challenge from Wild. But it'll stay with Calder. Ambo spun away from Danucci. Still Ambo. Ran into a little bit of traffic. Ambo. Shimizu. Hasten. Ambo. In between two, but Sandu finds it first. Cross into the box, and calm collects from Gadari. Got some style points, but calm collect really. Smith. Cameraman, really good deflection skills. You guys didn't see it, but I saw it. Eki, beaten by Keppins. He does get across him, but it took a deflections off Eki, so it will be a corner. First corner of the second half for Brunswick Juve. Grimmer. High ball, fire away from goal though. Headed away. Sungus. Not brought down. Ambo. Hasten. Back to Ambo. Tried to feed it through to Lum, but it finds Shimizu in the middle, but taken away by Smith. Turning and going. Still that run continues, and good keeping there from Camilleri. And I'm going to get some clarification, but I think Sienna Coppola has also made her introduction to the game at halftime. We'll see who's come off for her. Lonsdale. One back by Langley. Got Lum. Slips that pass through. Got Amber running through the middle. Needs to get away from Grimmer. Does. Nicely done by Lum. Continuing her run. Sends it back across. Good keeping from Gadari. Long ball. Aiton looks to be able to cover. And it looks like, surprisingly, Nicole Cooper has departed the game after the first half. I thought she was one of the better Brunswick Juve players, and Sienna Coppola has replaced her. Aiton. Hasten. Shimizu. Quick thinking. Plays it wide. Now they got some space, but Coppola used her pace to get back and do her defensive duties. But it will stay with Calder. Shimizu. And slip through. Larissa Walsh gets a touch. Just sailing over the bar. Really need to be quicker there. That Brunswick Juve defense. And Larissa Walsh almost made them pay for that error. Fouled, and she was. Immediate impact from substitute Jennifer Lum. As soon as she got the ball, she wanted to drive forward, and it forced the Brunswick Juve defense on her back and caused the foul. So, once again, Keisha Sandu standing over the ball, and I gotta be honest, that feels oddly close. I don't know if I feel like we might need a ruler for that, but we continue play. That feels oddly close, that wall. Sandu standing over, plays it out wide to Shimizu, cuts back inside, sends it across Shimizu, and Gadari calmly collects. I'm going to be honest, not saying we need to have a tape measure, but that wall felt very, very close to the spot of the free kick from Akeisha Sandu. Shimizu, Ambo. Ambo able to turn away from Danucci. Still Ambo. Finally able to get that cross in. Into the pass of Lum. Walsh not able to get the follow-up effort, but it will fall to her at the far post. Back inside it goes. Lum knocks it down. Still chasing in. That path was blocked. Sandu. Still Sandu. Not able to get a clean contact. Now she does. Off the post. Cleared away. Multiple bites at that and couldn't put it away. Felt like Jennifer Lum was certainly getting blocked when she was trying to make her effort at it. And Akeisha Sandu was so close to getting her second of the game off the post. But it does feel like Calder are building into this contest. And that really want that second goal early in the second half. Sandu, high ball to the far post. Lum gets ahead to it and always sailing over. Sorry, correction. Ambo with that effort. Akeisha Sandu can score at Olympico. We've seen it. Most high pressurized situations. NPL Grand Finals. So wouldn't be surprised if she tries that one time in the game. Sunga. Closely followed by Shimizu. Lonsdale under pressure by Lum. And it's going to go out and it'll go for a goal kick. Lonsdale. Down the line it goes. Aki into the middle of the park. Very dangerous. But Hasten, quick thinking. Found Sandu. Out to Ambo. Danucci closely follows. Still Ambo trying to get a better angle. Able to keep it in play. But it actually had gone out. And it'll be a goal kick. Need to be quicker here. Into the middle park. Shimizu gets ahead to it. Danucci under pressure by Ambo. Free kick one. Brunswick Juve haven't been afforded the same amount of time they had in the first half. Sandu. High ball. Had a few people fall over in the box and Grimmer just going to clear it away. It's quite strange. All of that. Langley. Down the line goes. Couldn't find Lum. Lonsdale needs to be alert. And it's just going to give away a corner. And it's going to be Akeisha Sandu to take this one. Calder really good in this first period of the second half. Sandu. High ball, flat. Got to head to it. Still bobbling around. Finally cleared by Lonsdale. Only as far as Ambo, and that's a high and far shot attempt. Well, they're getting a chance at it, Calder. That would be the alarming sign if you're the Brunswick UVIC coaching staff. Every time they send a delivery into the box, they're either finding a second effort or a clean first look as that ball's deflected into the path of Gadari. Ambo got a touch to it, and a second penalty of the game for Calder. And Sienna Gadari, after all the good keeping efforts, she was just put under a lot of pressure by her defence. They didn't clear away that first pass. And Marmy Ambo has won the second penalty, and she will take it. And the Brunswick UVIC coaching staff are certainly not happy, and they're letting the playing group know about it. Ambo from the spot. Can she get the lead for Calder? Puts it past. Right into the bottom corner. No chance for Sienna Gadari. 2 goals, 2 penalties. Rightfully awarded. And I would say that Calder probably deserve it after all their efforts in the second half. Played forward, headed back though, and if they're not careful, Brunswick UVIC, this game could get out of reach. They need to regroup. Danucci winning the ball, but free kick awarded. We're going to see a couple more substitutions. It's only 15 minutes into this second half, so but it does look like UVIC are going to be preparing some substitutions. Aiton, Hayson. Out it goes. Shimizu, Langley. And Langley just teeing up and just too much on that pass forward. Late. Grimmer. Forced back. Crowded by Walsh, and they're going to win themselves a throw in here. And now time for a substitution. So it's going to be Emma Peroni making her way on. And we're going to see the last of Isabel Sungis and centre back Josie Lonsdale. We'll see who the other to come on is. Emma Peroni has got 1 goal to her name this season. And it's also seeing the introduction of Catherine Forte Otto. Sorry. I sent Garusu. Sandu. Garusu. And it's clear shove in the back It's the back of Sienna Coppola. And it's also, Catherine Forte-Otto. She made her way onto the park. First touch of the ball. Forte-Otto. Lay, tried to feed it through. Stopped by Aiton. Has to turn back. A lot of support there by Smith. Sandu. Not able to get clean touch on it. Lum, but it falls to Walsh. Lum tried to slip through, but the path was blocked smartly, I might add, by Rosie Wild. Wild. Garisu, heavy touch. One back. Slip through. Shimizu now. Shimizu under pressure. Gets away, and that's going to be a third penalty attempt. Referee played advantage. And then it's going back to the penalty spot. It definitely looked like a clear pen. He allowed advantage, and I don't know what referee knows the rules better than I do. That feels fortunate. Feels very fortunate for Calder to get a second bite at it. So, it's going to be Akeisha Sandu from the spot. We'll say Calder definitely deserved the penalty. The circumstances around it feel strange. A little slightly strange. But from the spot, Akeisha Sandu. Can she make it 3-1? And saved by Gadari. And the follow-up effort, not able to be slotted away. Sienna Gadari may just have kept her side in this contest. And maybe ball don't lie. That may just be the case. So Keisha Sandu, one of two from the penalty spot. Flat ball, slipping through the back. Long range effort. Not able to make it past the wall of feet. And can they go make their way forward now? Coppola. And a good challenge. Garisu. And that pass not clean to Garima. It's right behind her from Wild. Eki. Lum. Back to Eki, but not able to keep that in play. Walsh able to get past Grimar, sends it back across, but locked away. Amber. And we'll go out for a corner. Brunswick Juve. Will that Sienna Gadari spot from the save from the penalty spot be the turning point? Right now it's Akeisha Sandu with this delivery. High, spinning, curling ball. And Gadari read it well, able to collect, wants to play out quickly. But that wind's held the ball up by Langley. We're going to see another substitution. We're going to see the last of Larissa Walsh. She's put in a fantastic shift. And Olivia Anderson make her way onto the park. Ambo trying to turn away from the traffic, not able to do so. Sandu. Shimizu. Back to Sandu. Shimizu. Ambo. Sandu once again. Nice little bit of 1-2 play from Calder, but Sandu just getting held up by Forte Otto. Still Sandu. Goes back out to Smith. Sends it back across, and there at the far post is Anderson. And he'll go out for a corner. Sandu to take. What can she do with this delivery? Last one. It's more of an Olympico sort of attempt. Right at the far post, top of the keeper. Sandu, high ball, away from goal. Falls to the back. Forte Otto chasing. Finds Peroni. And stay with Brunswick Juve. Be another substitution, and we'll now see Holly Balderston on the pitch for Rosie Wild. Lots of substitutions and only one still on the bench for Brunswick Juve, so they've completely emptied their bench. So hopefully for them nothing major happens. Now out wide they go. Capola, quick off the line was Camilleri, and that's maybe felt like a straight red, but Chanel Camilleri, only a yellow, cleanly took out Sienna Capola, and she's well outside her goal. Referee being very generous. She was very, very far out of her goals, and she did not get any bit of the ball. And I've got to be honest, Brunswick Juve fans are certainly not loving it. Making themselves heard. Very, very lucky to be on the field, Chanel Camilleri. They took her out, and they're still having a discussion about it. But everybody's just got to calm down and relax. It's just a football game. No need to yell and abuse the referee. Let's keep calm and take a sip of water. It's a very generous yellow card. I certainly agree with it, but always don't have a game without the referee, so let's cool, calm and collected in terms of the abuse. Lay, high ball, done well over. Probably a slightly wasted opportunity, but this game is very lucky There's still 11 players on for both teams.
You just got to send another ball like that. She's not going to come out. Come on. It's simple. More pressure. Let's see if the keeper comes out again.
Ball down the field.
Send it back down.
Brought down. Lay. Hasten. Langley. Garusu. Lay. Lost the ball slightly. Gave time for that Calder defence. Now slipping out wide for Peroni. Stops. Lay. Able to turn. Spins. And good save by Chanel Camilleri. And a great strike. Aiton. Shimizu. Langley. Shimizu playing a little bit deeper in the second half. We saw her occupy space a lot higher. That ball's played forward and not able to be collected by Tamsin Smith. Ball slipping through the back for Coppola. Lay. Ball still bobbling around. Now out. Effort on goal. Knocked over by Camilleri to deny Sienna Coppola that equalising goal. Sandu. Shimizu. So now a very tense 15 minutes of play left. Long ball into the middle. Lay tries to re-divert that pass. Garusu not able to control that pass. Ambo feeding it out. Now comes Lum. Sandu. Danucci following closely. It's going to be Brunswick Juve's ball. Coming away with it was Lum. Working her way through the bit of traffic. Lum able to retain possession. Finally able to get away. Lay. Good headering there from Eki. Langley. Switching it out wide for Sandu. Sandu able to beat Danucci. Gets that ball in, but calmly into the hands of Gadari. And Coppola went off her thigh, so it will be Calder ball. Headed forward by Anderson. And as far as Smith. Heavy touch from Lay and back off the feet of Eki. Coppola blocked by Langley. Chipping that ball forward, asking Anderson to do a lot of running, but that ball will go out of play. Lay. Smith. Calder needs to be smart. Ambo. Anderson. Langley. Sandu on the other side if they can get it to her. Lum. Still Lum. Long range effort driving across. That probably wasn't the most high percentage of chances. Right. They are the side with the lead, so the impetus is not really on them to change the dynamic of this game. All to do for Brunswick Juve. It may be just that early portion of this second half that may come to cost them. They just weren't as quick onto the ball as they were in the first half and allowed Calder to build that pressure and get themselves a lead. And Calder awarded a very contentious spot on the pen, the third one. And Keisha Sandu had her shot saved by Gadari, and I maybe chalk that down to a case of ball don't lie. Shimizu tried to slip it through for Rambo, and Ambo getting taken out, but it may just have saved Brunswick Juve that offside, because Gadari certainly came out and collected Ambo, but Ambo was offside. So, doesn't count, but Gadari needs to be careful on a yellow herself. Eki. Lay. Long ball forward. A lot of running needs to be done by Peroni. Does find it. Sending it across. Took in a deflection. Eki. Captain. Only as far as Alyssa Smith. Coppola. Gets the ball. Held up nicely by the long grass, but that ball across wasn't good enough. So it's going to find Keisha Sandu, and for Calder, now is the time for those leaders, those players who've played in plenty of NPL games to really step up and just calm this game down, because Brunswick Juve are coming and they've been building a lot of pressure and a lot of momentum in the last 10 minutes. Not able to be collected the first time. Able to get it the second time. Lum. Couldn't find the second touch needed. Sandu. And not on the same page as Mami Ambo. You wonder how the second half would have looked if Nicole Cooper was on, and she was so lively in the first half. But taken off at halftime. Not sure if it was an injury or coach's decision, but thought she was really good in the first half. That ball just going to fall to the back. Hasten read it well. Lum. Anderson. Beautiful ball forward, but Gadari quick to it, and great hands by the gentleman who caught it just before the camera. Great hands. Maybe should consider a career in rugby or something. Eki. Lum. Eki. Aiton. There they go. Tamsin Smith ran into a little bit of trouble now. Brunswick Juve. Garuso. Slipping through. Coppola. Eki. Just put her off enough. Allowed her defense to settle. Coppola finally sends it in. Needs to be dealt with by Calder. They finally do, but only to Alyssa Smith. Needs to send that ball back in. A beautiful ball forward. And Keppens. Fantastic touch, but straight into the hands of Camilleri. Wow, that really was a fantastic ball from Alyssa Smith. I know we like to praise goals, but that fantastic pass. Anderson, timely deflection. We're going to see another substitution, and we're going to see the last of Emma Langley. Played in that number 6 role really well this afternoon. And we're going to see the introduction of Matilda Laurie. And there's about 8 minutes left of normal time in this contest, and then whatever the referee would like to add on. So, I'd say no less than 10. Anderson's going to switch sides. It looks. Sakisha Sandhu drawn into this space to defend. Smith. Lay not able to control that pass. Tried to feed it through for Rambo, not able to bring it down. Garuso. Slipping that pass out. It's the path of Forte Otto. Back to Forte Otto. Need that decisive passing if you are Brunswick Juve. What got them the first goal in this game. Need to be quick thinking. And out wide it goes for Peroni. Back inside she goes. Nicely defended by Laurie. Hasten. Long ball forward into the path of Ambo. He's able to beat Danucci. And there's a foul there. And it was actually caused by Forte Otto. And that is probably the best outcome, honestly, for Calder. Free kick. Take some time off the clock. And it was probably the best result, honestly, for Brunswick Juve as well. So it looks clear in a way. Sandhu over the ball. Sandhu. High delivery into the middle of the box. Slipping out the back was Lum. Able to keep it in play. Laurie close in support. Lum able to retain possession. And it'll be a free kick right on the edge. She was certainly getting held. It's going to be Akisha Sandhu once again with the delivery. Sandhu. High ball and high out of play. Really, that one. We're going to see another substitution soon from Calder. See who they bring on. Camilleri. Sorry. Kadari. Don't know why the goalkeeper's confused. Garusu. Closely followed by Lum. Needs options and finally does find one. How wide? In Danucci. Hasten. Maya Hasten. Tamsin Smith able to keep it in play, and it was very important that she did so. Hasten. Ambo. Out wide it goes to Anderson. And now it is going to be that Calder substitution. I think it's going to be the last. Well, I don't know if that fourth officially may be struggling with that board slightly. Because there's a player on, there's a player off, and I see no numbers. I'm almost certain it's Mami Ambo who's made her way off. And it's Karina Todorova on the park. Todorova. Pass back into a dangerous area, and it may just have given the advantage to Brunswick Juve. Coppola up against Eki. Still Coppola, and that touch was just a little bit too far on the inside. And Eki able to clear it. Smith. Ball knocked out of play by Sandhu. Keppins knocking into the path of Lay. Able to turn and go. And a penalty has been awarded. So it's going to be a penalty in these late stages of the second half for Brunswick Juve. After all that pressure, Calder have succumbed to it. Lay caused it. She was turning away and just forced that contact, and as soon as she felt it, she went to ground and left the decision in the hands of the referee, and he's awarded Brunswick Juve a penalty. Can they level this game? And it's going to be substitute Ison Garusu from the spot maybe, or is it going to be captain Cindy Lay, who's just taken the ball, said, El Capitan? No, it's going to be Garusu. From the spot, substitute. Can she tie this game, or will we see another keeper save from the penalty spot? Chanel Camilleri up against Garusu. And Garusu wide of goal! Couldn't slot it away. And now, will that be how they get away? Calder. Seeing 2 penalty misses. 4 penalties awarded. It's a 1-goal difference, and that just feels like it's taking the energy out. But there's still going to be some time left in this contest. And it's going to be 6 minutes added on. So there's no reason, if you are Brunswick Juve, to give up now. Plenty of time to get a goal back. Coppola able to get past Eki. Coppola needs to send it in first time. Does, but it's deflected into the pass of Shimizu. Anderson, and knocked away. And can't be too long left. Eki. Lum was fouled as she turned. And now it's all for Calder about time management, minimising risk, forcing Brunswick Juve to make a decision. Smith, inside it goes for Laurie. And if you're Brunswick Juve, you really need to start pressing. Can't give Calder too much space. Sandu tried to feed in Laurie, but Danucci was there. Sandu for Todorova. Back to Sandu. Cross into the box, and there's Anderson, and it falls to the back post. Anderson needs to make a decision, forced away from goal. Sends it back across. Garusu there, needs to clear it away. Under pressure, still Garusu, certainly getting howled. Todorova, and that effort was just sliced away. They just need one good opportunity, and we've seen them. Their first goal of this game was a fantastic pass from goalkeeper Gadari into the middle of the park. Then a quick pass out to Emily Keppins. And then Nicole Cooper at the far post. So it really took them 4 passes to get in the back of the net. Can they recapture that moment and get a late equaliser? Eki not going to take any chances, headering it far away as possible. Lay needs to move quickly. Eki sending it back. Laurie into the middle it goes for Sandu. Tried to speed it through. Need to be quick here, Brunswick Juve. Eki not taking any chances. Going to send it long. Grimmer back to the keeper, and Lum is closely lurking around. really interesting game with a lot of twists and turns. Brunswick Juve started this game really, really well. But in the midst of it, we've seen 4 penalties awarded, 1 penalty saved, 1 penalty missed. And potentially a player should have been sent off, could have been sent off, wasn't. So, thrilling game, but certainly not over yet. Eki sending it as far as possible. Lum falls for Anderson. Todorova. Shimizu back to Todorova. Going to send it back to Samson Smith. Hayson. Gurusu. Collected calmly by Sandu. Worked her way into a little bit of traffic. And it's going to be a free kick awarded. They need to be quick here. Brunswick Juve, let the keeper take it if they need. Get as many players down the field. Do not have any time to waste. And now, got to be more decisive. Quickly moving. Gadari sends it as far as possible. But only really white shirts there. Headed back away. Falls for Smith. Now out wide to Coppola. Can she get one good cross into the box? Coppola. And Eki, as she's done all game, holding her up. Goes to the... Tries to win a corner. Ball still in play. Referee says... Alyssa Smith needs to send the ball into the box. They do not have any time to waste. Grimmer, send that ball in. Now she does. Keppens at the far. Just behind Hayson. There can't be too much time left. Grimmer, closely followed by Lum. Going to send it back to Gadari. Just send that ball long is all she's got to be thinking. Shimizu sends it forward into a bit of space. Todorova, Alyssa Smith did nicely. Heavy touch by Lay. Gurusu headering it back. Forte, and there might be Emily Keppens through here on goal. And Camilleri off her line quickly, and then that long-range effort into the back of the net! And a late equaliser by Emma Peroni! Camilleri off her line, and that ball fell so nicely for Emma Peroni and slotted it in to the back of the net. It may be just the last kick of the game, but Brunswick Juve rewarded for all their persistence in this contest, and it does look like the points are going to be shared here. Fantastic. And it is 2-2 here at Keilor Park. Keisha Sandu, what's she going to do? Play needs to go. There can't be that much time left, and she does send it forward. Gadari. Dari sends along into the middle of park. Tamsin Smith comes to meet it, just sends it out wide. Asks Keisha Sandu to do a lot of running. Can she get there in time? Good challenge by Forte Otto. And it's going to be a throw in. What a thrilling game of football we've seen here at Keilor Park. Just talking about the twists and turns and then that late effort. And it is full time here at Keilor Park. And a 2-2 draw played out by two sides who had their chances and had their moments. But a fantastic game of football. Saw 4 penalties. A late equaliser by Emma Peroni, her second goal of the season. And Sienna Gadari kept this Brunswick Juve side in it with that penalty save to deny Keisha Sandu getting her second of the game, the third for Calder. But it's been a fantastic game of football. I have been Pure Frimpong. Thank you for joining me. Let's keep watching these NPL games this rest of this weekend. And keep watching them for the rest of the season. It's always a good fun. Goodbye for now.